Good afternoon and welcome to SAIT Newsfile. I'm Elliot Zan. Anand Unatan will have a look at the sports later. What can we expect?
Elliot, the Calgary Flames got eliminated from playoff contention last night, and we have some Calgary Hitmen and Calgary Canucks playoff action coming up. I'll tell you more about it later.
Can't wait. Joel Pavarnik is following our weather today. Is it a wee bit nippy out there, Joel?
Thanks, guys. Today we're going to be having a high of 6 degrees, and honestly doesn't really feel like that right now. It's a little bit chilly outside. On this day last year, we had a high of 10 degrees, and the highest ever recorded temperature on this day was back in 1923, when it was 28 degrees. And the lowest temperature that was ever recorded on this date was minus 11 degrees back in 1901. And honestly, I'm just glad it's not minus 11 right now. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Joel. Now here's a look at today's top stories. There won't be a playoff season for the Calgary Flames, and that means bars and pubs around Calgary will need to find a new way to get sales with the city's most profitable team not playing anymore. SAIT reporter Colton Young has the reaction.
The Calgary nightlife leans on Flames fans to keep it going. Whether it's before the game, during, or after, fans pack downtown Calgary. Two servers at two different restaurants speak on just how much sales Flames fans bring them.
I definitely feel like coming closer to the end, especially the last probably 3 games, we were super busy. Every table was full. Everybody was eyes on the TV, even some servers and managers.
It was a lot busier than usual just because when we have the TVs on, a lot of people tend to go into the lounge.
Flames fans have mixed opinions on the team missing the playoffs, but all share disappointment and hope for the future.
Well, honestly, I don't think we weren't pegged to do anything at all this season. We were pegged to be a bottom 5 team this season. To be as close as we were in this wild card hunt right down to game 81 was a miracle.
Well, if the Flames made the playoffs, they'd obviously have the red lot, and that would make the downtown life a little more lively. And now that they're eliminated, that's taken away, so it's going to be a little bit more quiet now. But
a little disappointed, third year in a row that the Flames have missed the playoffs, and this city gets electric when the Flames do make the playoffs.
With the Flames being eliminated from playoff contention, restaurant and bar owners have to find a new way to market to new fans. For SAIT Newsfile, I'm Colton Young.
The Bank of Canada has decided to hold its interest rate steady at 2.75% while uncertainty involving U.S. tariffs grow. While inflation is near the 2% target, Governor Tiff Macklin said that unpredictable trade policies have weakened growth prospects. Tariffs have impacted Canadian exports, intensifying challenges for businesses reliant on cross-border trade. The bank aims to maintain price stability while helping address the economic impacts. Alberta Health Services has issued another public health warning for measles. This time, the alert for a confirmed measles case in the Calgary zone that could potentially have put others at risk. SAIT's Jack Rosa has more.
The latest measles outbreak in Alberta has hit Calgary. AHS has released information on a number of locations in the Calgary area where someone infected with measles visited. Anyone who was at those locations at those times who were born in or after 1970 and has less than 2 documented doses of measles vaccine is at risk of developing measles. Experts say one thing that the province should encourage is for people to get their vaccines.
A disease like measles, which is a respiratory virus, we need more than 90% of the people vaccinated, and unfortunately in the city of Calgary, we're well below that number at this point in time.
As of Tuesday, Alberta is reporting 77 confirmed cases in the province, with most being in the central zone and Calgary having 4. We interviewed students at SAIT and they said they didn't know about the outbreak or about their vaccination status.
I don't know exactly. I haven't been vaccinated in a fair bit of time, to be fair. Last time was during 2020 with the COVID vaccines.
I don't know about it. Honestly speaking, I don't know about it yet, so I will check it in online.
Dr. Janae also has some advice on what you should do if you start feeling ill.
If you're not feeling well, if you're starting to show signs of a virus-like infection, so tired, fever, coughing, we ask them not to go directly to an emergency room or to a walk-in clinic, but instead in Calgary to call 811.
The latest data shows that over 30 of the cases in Alberta involved people who were not vaccinated or had only one of the 2 shots. AHS say those at high risk are strongly encouraged to check their immunization records and monitor themselves for symptoms. For State Newsfile, this is Jack Rosa saying goodbye and good night.
Dr. Mark Joffe is no longer Alberta's Chief Medical Officer of Health after his contract expired. The government has not named a replacement for the position. The NDP says it is a worst outcome as Alberta sees measles cases spread. Joffe served in the role since November of 2022 and was praised during a significant period of challenges, including the large public health transitions after COVID-19. The Alberta government is now searching for a permanent replacement. A proposal to allow cannabis sales at adult-only events in Calgary has cleared its initial step at City Hall. If approved, licensed cannabis retailers would be able to sell their products on site at events where attendees are 18 or older. This follows a change in the provincial laws introduced by Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis last year. The proposal will now move forward for its final review at City Council. SAIT's award-winning Culinary Arts Department has yet another honor to add to the list. One SAIT instructor has been rewarded for her dedication to the students in the kitchen. Chef Romina is an instructor and chef at SAIT's Culinary Arts Department. She has been cooking since before she could remember while living in Mexico. It didn't take long until her passion for the kitchen expanded into the classroom and she began teaching, landing her first job in 2007 back in Mexico. 18 years later, Romina's dedication to her dishes and students has resulted in winning the Educator of the Year award for 2024-2025.
Teaching, it's so hard, and for you to be recognized when you do your job or you think you're doing your job right, that means a lot to me.
The award was presented by the Calgary Academy of Chefs and Cooks, who honor one chef each year for their commitment towards the future of cooks in the city. Chef Romina's time leading up to the award came nothing close to easy, from traveling all over Mexico teaching, eventually landing in Calgary in 2022. Now she plays a key role in the development of future chefs and bakers, while keeping her heart in the right place throughout.
I always say, students, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them, which I really believe.
Romina keeps her classes open for all, creating a welcoming environment with her humor and undeniable expertise.
Very caring, understanding of everything, takes nothing too seriously.
There is no wonder why SAIT is ranked first in Canada for hospitality and tourism. With instructors like Chef Romina, state-of-the-art facilities, and pastries like this, there's no doubt that the future of culinary is bright in Calgary. For SAIT Newsfile, I'm Elliot Zan. This is the last day for SAIT students to vote in advance for the federal election. Polls are located in 2 classrooms in Heritage Hall and are open until 9 p.m. tonight. Anyone can vote, not just students. All you need is a valid ID. You will vote for the candidate in the riding where you live. Calgary Transit will shut down the C train stations between Sunnyside and University this weekend for a project development and maintenance. There I am. The closure will start at 2 a.m. Friday, allowing work on the Crowchild and 19th Street tunnels and upgrades to the overhead system at the SAIT Jubilee Station. Replacement shuttle buses will run with stops near SAIT at 14th Street Northwest and 14th Ave Northwest. Service will resume Monday, April 21st. This Easter weekend is coming up, and that affects the schedule here at SAIT. The Institute will be closed on Good Friday and Easter Monday. Looking ahead to next week, final exams run from the 22nd to the 26th. The end of the winter term is officially April 26th. More and more college students have become targets of email and texting scams. It's prompted SAIT's IT department to remind students how to protect themselves. Evan O'Reilly reports.
Cybersecurity is a big topic of discussion around the world. There has been an increase in phishing scams, and protecting yourself online is very important. Many hackers see college or university campuses as easy targets due to the public internet browsers. but schools have been improving cybersecurity and try to protect their students.
Locations like coffee shops, school, home, all of these different locations have different kind of security that's built into those environments. So your SAPE networking is more secure typically than your home environment.
Andrew Campbell says there are many other areas where you may think you're safe from online threats, but don't have the same level of security. He says from time to time, SATE will test students with fake phishing emails.
The timing is just convenient, I guess. Like, I remember SATE sent out this email about scams to do with internships and whatnot. I think a lot of people fell for that because it was around the time when people were looking for it.
Mantar Singh, a SATE student, shares how he feels when on the public internet at SATE.
I don't think there are many scammers. I never got contacted by any scammers. I think I'm pretty scared.
Jared, who goes to school at SATE, says why hackers would target students on school Wi-Fi.
I think so, in some way, because they can track your activity and all that.
It is clear SATE students have different opinions on if they feel safe with the internet here at the school. I'm Evan O'Reilly for SATE Newsfile.
The past 2 years have flown by for all of us in the radio, television, broadcast news program. We've gone from barely understanding the basics in the news world to bringing you these shows fully operated by students. Shauna Lewis joins us now live from the RTBN newsroom for a look back.
Well, Elliot, it's been a busy few years, but it flew by quickly. We have kept you updated with each news file showing fresh, up-to-date stories, which took a lot of dedication from the students, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. It feels like it was just yesterday that it took us all at least a week to put together news stories. Now look at us putting them together in a day. Over the past 2 years, we have covered so many different stories, ranging from fun night markets as first projects to covering popular news stories right alongside industry professionals out in the field. We were not only reporters, but also sports, news, and weather anchors, ensuring that you as a viewer got a packed show. Getting this show on the screen could sometimes be chaos in order to curate the perfect outcome.
Probably my favorite part would either be practicum, capstone, discovery, or the second year TV sim. This is really fun because it's all about the real world.
We have all come so far in the past couple of years, and as the last class coming out of this broadcast news program, it must be a little sad to see us go. Let's ask one of our instructors, Tony Tai.
It's bittersweet. On the one hand, I've watched everybody improve throughout the year, learn new things.
We've spent countless hours as a group working hours upon hours, but seeing these shows and packs come together has been exciting and shown our growth as students.
Everyone has just grown every week as we've gone through this course. And that's what it's all about. You're training yourself to be someone who can work in the real industry out there.
The next step is to take what we have learned and hopefully find jobs in the TV industry. SATE has given us a head start. And we can't forget the instructors that made this all possible. This is the final goodbye from us in the broadcast news program. For the last time, back to you, Elliot.
That was beautiful, Shauna. Thank you, Shauna. Those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break. But first, Joel Pavarnik has a look at what's going on around Calgary this week.
Pop down to the Storybook Theater on April 25th to see Broadway's biggest hits performed in roles that they would never be traditionally casted in. Tickets are $55 towards a fundraiser. If you're looking for something fun to do, then head to the Calgary Comics and Entertainment Expo from April 24th to the 27th. They'll have video games, comics, and special guest appearances. Jump into Easter the right way with the Easter Sunday Brunch Buffet at Thompson's Kitchen and Bar. With delicious food and the Easter Bunny making an appearance, there's something for everyone. If you want to see cool antiques, participate in a live auction, and learn some history, head down to Heritage Park from April 18th to the 20th to see the Roadshow. If you're looking to celebrate Canada's rich fiddle history, head to the Grand Flanagan Theatre on April 20th. With a wide range of skills and ages, tunes will be plentiful.
Step into the world of Quick Draw Animation Society. No matter if you are a child or an adult, a beginner or an expert, Quick Draw Animation Society offers year-round classes and workshops for all levels. Hey, hello there! Enjoy studio space, resources, and an extensive library with books, films, and reference materials. Quick Draw Animation Society, a thriving community developing new and unimagined ways of animation since 1984. Visit quickdrawanimation.ca for more information.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
I'm Joel Pavarnik with the weather on SAIT Newsfile. First, we're going to take a look here at our Western Canada map. So first, we're going to start off in Vancouver, nice and sunny out there with it being 15 degrees. Transition over to Edmonton, where it's also nice and sunny, a little bit cooler, sitting at 8 degrees. Going over to Regina now, it's a little bit cloudy there, unfortunately, but still sitting at 11 degrees. And then we'll pop over to Winnipeg, where it's sitting at a very comfortable 15 degrees, but you get a little bit of mix of sun and cloud in there. And now we're going to take a look at our Eastern Canada map, where in Toronto, it is sitting at 6 degrees with some cloud. And then in Montreal, we do have a little bit of showers there, but it is sitting at 3 degrees. And Halifax, the most beautiful city out of all of these, sitting with nice sunshine, it's sitting at 9 degrees. And then over here in St. John's, we're sitting at 4 degrees with it being cloudy. And now we're going to take a look at some resorts. Currently in Palm Springs, it's 19 with some fog. In Barbados, it's 31 and partly sunny. Cancun is partly sunny with a high of 26. Honolulu is at 25 with partly sunny conditions. Orlando has sunny conditions and a high of 29 degrees. And Vegas is sitting at 30 with mostly sunny conditions. And today in Calgary, it is currently 5 degrees with mostly sunny conditions. We currently have a wind blowing southeast at 34 kilometers an hour. And taking a look at what's next tonight, it's going to be mostly clear. And now we'll take a look at our Alberta map, where we have a lot of 1 degrees cities all around it. We have Fort McMurray, clearly cloudy, sitting at 1 degree. We have Grand Prairie here, nice and sunny with it being 1 degree. We have Edmonton with some cloud, sitting at 1 degree. Red Deer sitting at 1 degree with some sun. Calgary, like I mentioned before, at 5 degrees and cloudy. And Banff, unfortunately, sitting at -5, but still with some cloud. And then Lethbridge and Medicine Hat both have some cloud as well, with Lethbridge at 3 and Medicine Hat at 4. And now we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast, where tonight's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 6 degrees and a low of -1. Tomorrow, you might want to pack an umbrella on your way out of the door. It's going to be rainy tomorrow with a high of 6 and a low of -4. Thursday, going to be nice and sunny, so time to break out the shorts and the short sleeve shirt with it being sunny and a high of 15. Friday and Saturday, both going to be rainy, so make sure to leave with a rain jacket. First, we're going to go to break, then we'll check out some sports with Anad Unatan.
Look at this little guy. He has so much love to give. And so does he. Positive Match rescues dogs from all over the world and takes care of them here in Calgary, giving them the love they deserve. And that comes through the support of adoptions and donations. This is to continue to bring a positive change to as many pets' lives as we can. To adopt or donate, visit positivematch.org.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to SAIT Newsfile. Anad Unatan joins us now for a look at the latest highlights. What can we expect, Anad?
Like I told at the beginning of the show, the Calgary Flames got eliminated from playoff contention. The Calgary Hitmen and Canucks though have playoff action coming up. Calgary has missed the playoffs again. The Flames experienced mixed emotions on Tuesday night as they won 5-4 in a shootout against the Golden Knights. However, they were eliminated from the playoffs when Minnesota won against the Ducks and St. Louis beat Utah. The Flames had a slow start in the first period as Doroviev opened the scoring. Morgan Frost tied it shortly after a power play goal at 1-1 in the 10-minute mark. Nicholas Roy and Thomas Hertel rallied two quick goals to make it 3-1 to close out the first period. Second period saw no scoring, and Flames, although were eliminated by then, they never gave up. Kadri, Backlund and Klapka helped skate the team to overtime and eventually into the shootout.
This group came together at the beginning of the year right away, and I'm proud of this group. The perseverance and the leadership from everybody, the belief, everybody bought in, and it says a lot. Everybody came to work for one another this year.
Morgan Frost scored the shootout winner for the Calgary Flames. Dustin Wolf, rookie goaltender, stopped 38 out of 42 shots, ended with a .905 save percentage and 29 wins season under his belt. Nazim Kadri leads the team with 65 points with a great season. Flames have one more game regular season against the LA Kings in Los Angeles on Thursday. Prospects Zaim Perek and Adar Suniev are expected to make their debuts. The Calgary Hitmen improved their playoff series record after a 5-3 win against the Lethbridge Hurricanes. The Hitmen have the chance to tie the series today. The Hitmen opened the scoring in the second period for the first time in this playoff series, with a goal from Carson Welch, and then Trey Johnson tied it for the Hurricanes. David Adzinski regained the lead for Hitmen at the 14-minute mark. The rest of the game was back and forth but the Hitmen skated to a much-needed victory. Carson Welch scored 3 goals. David Adzinski and Axel Hartig each added 1 to the tally. Shane Smith and Caden Price were the other goal scorers for the Hurricanes. Hitmen played the Hurricanes tonight at 7 p.m. at the Visit Leverage.com arena to look to even the series. The Calgary Canucks are gearing up for the final stage of the Inter Pipeline Cup playoffs. Friday, they will take on the Grand Prairie Storm. The Canucks are the favorites heading into the series as they have a 4-2 record in the regular season. Captain Bowden Singleton with 15 points, 3 goals and 12 assists is the player to watch for the Canucks, and Kaden Bugera for the Storm. Both these teams will be part of the Centennial Cup Championship happening in May. A new era begins for women's soccer in Canada as the Northern Super League kicks off this week. Calgary's own Wild FC is one of the teams set to make history. Our reporter Heaven Tiber has more on the story.
The Northern Super League launches this week with 6 teams across the country, including Calgary's very own Wild FC, who are set to play in the league's first ever match Wednesday at BC Place in Vancouver.
In Canada in general, so this is massive, and all the girls and boys that are playing soccer right now, this is a huge moment, and it's just great to feel that from the smaller communities and then from whole Canada right now.
The league is the brainchild of former Canadian national team star Deanna Matheson, who co-founded the project after retiring from international play. Her goal? To build a sustainable professional league for women in Canada.
Full circle moment, and I think to have the chance to do it with my group, with Lydia leading our charge, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, no other dressing room, so I'm excited to be here and feel honored to be a part of it.
The 6 teams are based in Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Halifax. Calgary Wild FC and Vancouver Rise FC will meet in the league's first ever match, a high-profile opener in Vancouver.
We hope to compete, and very similarly, we spent a lot of time on how we play with the ball. That's been a real focus for our pre-season. It's much harder to create than it is to destroy. And
over 130 players have been signed to the league, including national team veterans and rising stars. Nearly 2/3 of the rosters are made up of Canadian athletes. The opening match in Vancouver is set to draw in more than 12,000 fans, setting the tone for what the league hopes will be a strong first season. After years of preparation, Canada's women's professional soccer era is officially underway. For State Newsfile, I'm Haven Tiber.
And that's a look at the final edition of sports. Back to you, Zen.
Still to come on Newsfile, we'll look at distracting new headlights on cars, and after that, a special goodbye from our Newsfile crew.
For a new feline friend, Meow's here to help. Since 2000, Meow Foundation has operated as a cat-exclusive, no-kill shelter. Meow's website features a curated catalog for an easy search to your kitty companion. Meow also offers a Matchmaker 30-day trial to give you and your chosen cat a chance to find your bond. Meow will be there until you're united with your new best friend. Meet your perfect match at Meow Foundation today.
With new cars being driven more every day, it seems their headlights are getting brighter. However, is this leading to more drivers becoming distracted when meeting these cars on the road? Mackenzie Cowan reports.
More and more drivers are noticing the car headlights are getting brighter. While LED headlights may be better to drive with, are they distracting drivers?
I think if you're the one driving the car that has LED headlights, it's great for you because you can see, but if you're the other people driving on the road, you can't see anything, and it's a hassle when driving, especially in the dark.
Yeah, yes there is. Patients with cataracts, really dense cataracts, just bright light in general, like LEDs, can really make the glare worse. Patient with cataracts, they already see a lot of glare, but the brighter lights, like from LED, just exacerbates the problem, so they see way more glare when driving especially.
However, LED headlights can be beneficial in certain ways.
You can see everything that's coming at you from the side. If there's an animal on the side of the road, you can see it before you hit it.
As much as I don't like LED lights, I think it could be beneficial because they have a longevity to them and they're very durable. So it could be beneficial for me, except I don't want to have to blind other drivers. But sometimes even driving out on the countryside, it allows you to see the country much better. So it's kind of a debate whether I want to see or if I trust other people when they're blinded and coming at me.
For State Newsfile, I'm Mackenzie Cowan.
Welcome back to Say Newsfile. We've got weather boy Joel Pavarnik back to look at the 5-day forecast.
Yeah, absolutely, Elliot. So we'll take a look at that right now, where tonight we're going to look at some partly cloudy conditions with a high of 6, low of -1. Tomorrow, you're going to want to get your rain jacket out, man. The high is 6, low of -4, but we will have some showers. And on Thursday, I'm going to be looking out for the golden eagle because I just love eagles soaring. And Friday and Saturday, we're also going to be looking at some rain as well, man.
Well, a whole lot of rain in our future. Well, we thank you for tuning in to the last episode of State Newsfile. Thank you.